So it would be wrong to have this conversation today and not talk about Brexit, because we all know the massive impact it has had on our industry. What do you see as the biggest implications of our decision to leave the EU?
Well, the biggest implication is the fact that quite a number of migrants have returned home. I think there's various reasons for that. Firstly, with the devaluation of the pound, a lot of migrants send money home, and so they were sending less money home. So they clearly are looking for, to move to places where they can earn more money. Some migrants returned home because they felt that they were going to be kicked out. And of course, less EU workers are coming in. And some hotels, they say the average is between 12.5% and 25%, but I know in some cases, some hotels and restaurants have as high as 35%, 40% of EU workers. Go into most hotels, you have guests, staff on the reception, in restaurants, in kitchens, and it's a serious problem. And we need to find solutions, and the solutions, we've got to find the solutions ourselves. And again, this is where HOSPA can play a part, educate people, develop people, and convince parents, teachers, that hospitality is a worthwhile industry. It's a growth industry. We don't have unemployment in hospitality. We're short of people. I think the other important thing is, whilst I'm very pro-technology, and I know HOSPA has played a huge role in passing on technology trends, technology will never replace a waiter or a chef. So we can guarantee that artificial intelligence, technology, although they have played a huge role, they've helped to grow business through technology. If you think of, the information we have on customers, the information we have on competitors, all comes from technology, and I'm all for technology. But as I say, we haven't found, a sort of robot waiter or a robot chef.
So with Brexit and the falling pound, what do we need to do for the industry?
We need to promote the hospitality in this country as a worthwhile career. That's I think the key role for all of us. People like myself, HOSPA, Master Inn holders, Academy of Culinary Arts, Springboard, People First. We all have a role to play. And I think we have to start with parents, teachers. We have to get across that this is an industry where you can start at the bottom and reach the top. And we have many, many examples of that. We have many, many case studies of that.
So you mentioned Springboard there, Harry. We also work very closely with Springboard on their mentoring program specifically, which helps them choose a hospitality career from their final year of studying hospitality, and then, as importantly, to stay in the industry once they've chosen and set path on that career.
Mentoring, I'm a great believer in mentoring. Through the Master Inn holders for 5 years, I sort of chaired a mentoring committee, and the whole purpose of that was to help develop young people. And we have a huge experience. Again, this is the great thing about HOSPA. You've got all that experience to pass on. And I'm a great believer in mentoring, and I think that it's an opportunity, for young people to gain experience and to be pointed in the right direction. And of course, I'm also involved with the Edge Hotel School, which, learning by doing is proving to be a winner. And also the fact that at the Edge Hotel School, you can get a degree in 2 years. But I know you also work closely with the Edge Hotel School. And certainly on my visits now in the future, I will always be promoting HOSPA to the young students.
So you and I both know that we love this industry, we love the business, we love sitting here at Lutland Park and seeing a horse out on the grounds out there. And the accommodation, all of it's fabulous, working at the front desk and dealing with people. How can we spread the word? How can we let other people know how great this industry is to work in?
I think there's a number of things we can do, and I think, quite a number of them are being done already. But I think we have to get into more schools, and we have to do that at a fairly early age when people are considering career paths. We have to somehow reach out to parents I think that's important because parents have a huge influence on what their children do. I can give a number of examples where I know people that have gone to university and have worked in pubs and restaurants to earn extra money and then have fallen in love with hospitality and decided to come into hospitality just because they've had, the opportunity of working in restaurants. So I think one of the things would be to encourage young people to, sort of work in the industry during school time, whilst they've got spare time at weekends and so forth. And there's no reason at all why they can't work in finance departments, especially if they're studying maths. I have a young chap here that's working in the spa at the moment who's got a degree in mathematics. I'm now trying to persuade him to come into finance. And I think through your financial management courses, which is over 3 modules, he's got a great opportunity of starting a career in hotel management. So, I think there are opportunities. The other area to consider is targeting people who may have, for example, gone on maternity leave and brought up young children, then decide to come back into work. Target those who are looking for a second career, because what I've always said about hospitality, it's not rocket science, and the great thing available now is online learning, and this is where HOSPA scores. You've got great online learning programs, and that suits people in hospitality. So I think lots of opportunities to try and persuade people to come into hospitality. Another area that we have to seriously think about is making sure we retain the people we've got, making sure we develop them. And I think perhaps the other area we should look at is case studies. And I think, again, HOSPA can play a role in that. To use case studies, examples of where people have come on your courses, have moved up the ladder and are now holding key positions. And I think if those case studies were put online as an example and perhaps communicated to schools, to Springboard, to People First, so that they can use them when trying to encourage people to come into hospitality.
So thank you so much, Harry, for your time today. We've really appreciated it. I've loved talking to you and hearing of your experiences and thoughts on the hospitality industry.
It's been a pleasure, Jane, and I certainly look forward to working with you. And please don't hesitate, to contact me if you think I can assist in any small way. As you know, I have many contacts. I'm a mastering holder, so I will certainly spread the word through the mastering holders. We're a very strong body, and as you know, we have General Managers Conference every year. I'm also a governor of the Academy of Culinary Arts, so let's see if we can encourage those chefs to to study finance, and of course a patron of Springboard and People First. So yes, I will do everything possible to promote HOSPA, but it's been, as I say, I'm delighted to be your president, and I hope that I can do a good job.